Every time I start it, I always do the.
Hadn't got it yet. There it is.
There it is. It's building audience. There's 2 people, 5 people, 7 people. Hey, building quickly. Hey, Stephanie. It's going good. 8 people. Hey, Mark. Nine people. I'll start talking about the day at 10. 11. See if it goes up a little more. 12. What's up? Hey, how's it going? Larry, how's it going, man? Thanks for watching. So, a lot of y'all know my mom joined me about, today's the 5th day now that she's been with me up in Nashville. We jumped off the trace because it's desolate. There's no people to talk to. There's no awareness to be spread.
No power.
No electricity. Let's see if I can. That's not good. No electricity, no water, unless you siphon water out of a creek, which we did do. Pushed it through our life straw and drank 3 gallons of it, and neither one of us have any kind of intestinal parasites or anything that we know of. But so we jumped off the trace so we could actually talk to people. We ended up jumping off at Fly, Tennessee, which was pretty much just a post office and a general store called Fly's General Store, run by Wilson Fly, old feller there. Family's been there for 200 years. Everything around there named Fly is named after his family. So he gave us some advice to go talk to the Potts in, what was the name of that town?
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe. Not Santa Fe, but Santa Fe. So we went and talked to Mr. Potts at the Potts General Store, and we got us a couple camp spots right there behind the Santa Fe Diner, and it was pretty nice. Except, in fact, it was beautiful. The creek was nice. We didn't get to go swimming in the creek because we were just too tired. But the creek was beautiful. The surrounding was beautiful. Everything was great. The people were great. But I guess all the teenagers and youngsters in town come out about dark and hot rod around there and see how loud they can make their mufflers blow and stuff like that. So we didn't get great sleep. But we got up this morning at 5, got packed up and out of there by 5:30. And between 5:30 and 11:30 when we got here, we walked 11 and a half miles. So, and that was with 2 pit stops. So that's pretty good. Yeah, it turned out to be 11 and a half miles. Got to the Days Inn in Columbia, Tennessee. And we're going to start heading down toward Tupelo. In a couple days, we're going to hang out here and wait for the rain. We're probably going to be in this town today, well, obviously tonight, all day tomorrow night, and we're probably going to walk through town and try to get another hotel on the other end of town on Monday. Monday it's supposed to rain until about 7 or 8 in the morning, and then it's like 20% for the rest of the day. And we're going to try to wait until the rain stops and head on through. But that is our update for, sorry about that, for about me and Mom's day from yesterday to today. Now, I wanted to talk about you guys, the followers, for a minute. First of all, it's strange for me to talk about how long or how far I've walked in increments of 100 miles. For me to say that I've walked or traveled 850 miles and walked probably 700 of that is just incredible for me to even think that I've done that. It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like enough time has passed for me to have done that. And I'm just amazed every time I look at the GPS maps of where I've been, at how far I traveled. It's crazy, and it's the first 100 miles seemed like I was so stoked to get to 100 miles. And it seemed like such an epic milestone to get to 100 miles, and I was happy at that point. If Cody had called me and said, okay, you walked 100 miles, come home, I would have been, okay, sure. And I would have felt fine about it probably. But to sit here and say that at the end of this part of the journey with my mother, when I get to Tupelo or down around Hurricane area where my sister lives, it'll be sitting right at my 1,000-mile mark, is just crazy to believe that has happened already. It's so strange for me to believe that it's happened already. 1,000 miles is, my original course was 3,500 miles, which I've whittled down, gotten rid of some not so important locations, down to about 3,000 miles. So 1,000 miles is going to mark my 1/3. A third of the way, and that's only 15 or 20 days away from now. And I'll have been a third of the way, and that's so crazy. It's so incredible to know that I've walked so far, and it's just, I don't want to say that it's easier than I thought it was going to be, because I've been through an emotional roller coaster where, I've cried, I've been extremely angry, I've been extremely happy. It's every emotion I can imagine, but it's definitely gone by faster than I thought. Than I ever thought before. It's crazy that it, it's like that. I keep saying that same little saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. But it still doesn't make it seem any less of a daunting task to stand on the beach and turn around with your back to the ocean and say, I'm going to walk to the beach from here. It still seems like an impossible task. And for me to already be so close to a third of the way done is just so encouraging to my spirit to make it the rest of the way, that it feels awesome. So it's I'm kind of reborn into my enthusiasm about finishing, because it just has felt like such a daunting task to do. There's so many times that I just want to stop. And when I say so many times that I want to stop, it's not, okay, once last week I felt like I wanted to stop. There's several hours in every day that I wish I could just go home. And if it wasn't for you guys following me, and it wasn't for the support that I've had from my family and friends and people I don't even know, I probably would have already. And that's where I'm getting to the part of the live chat that I wanted to talk to about tonight, was that I wanted to talk about some of the people that are going to bat for me and helping me out and doing things and they don't even really know me that well. Some of them know me and they don't, and I'm not talking about family. To a certain extent, family is kind of expected to be there for you and support you. Doesn't mean I appreciate them any less. Marie has done a tremendous job. Cody has done a tremendous job. My mom, everybody who has contributed that is part of my family, I absolutely appreciate what you've done. and absolutely love you that much more for it. But it's not surprising to me, because that's what families do. What's surprising to me is how much some of the strangers in my life have come to defend me. I've got people with terminal cancer that are walking miles that I skipped, so that it legitimizes the walk a little more. I've got people I don't know that want to contribute by walking miles that I've skipped. And it's incredible to have somebody care so much about my mission that they're willing to possibly put themselves in harm's way, or not focus on their own personal mission for a while to support me. It's an incredible feeling, and I've got an example here, and I hope that this person isn't angry in any way for me reading this. So a lot of you found out or heard about the Days Inn, which I'm at a Days Inn now, but the Days Inn in what's the name of that town we were in? Dixon double charged me for a room, and they haven't made it right yet. Christine, which I know, she's at the farmer's market a lot. I know her. My wife knows her, but she does. They're an acquaintance. She's not a very close personal friend. Doesn't know me very well, but still a great person. More a friend of my wife's than mine, but that's just how things are. She went to bat for me. She actually contacted these people, and I'm going to read you the letter that she sent them. It says, so my friend is supporting her husband walking across the country to bring awareness to veteran suicide. They continually actively raise money to be able to do this. Apparently last night they stayed at your establishment in Dixon, Tennessee. Today they found they were charged $70 more than they should have, and when they called to inquire about this, the employee began yelling at her. Don't know what you need to do to get this in check, but the name was Copeland. They pinch every penny and bring awareness to PTSD, veteran suicide, and there are many, many supporters like me who will step up and not be afraid to address issues when they are treated wrongly. I hope you have already heard about this and have taken steps to resolve it. But how dare a company take advantage of a veteran and his family in this manner? Just so you know, it's public, and we are working on making it viral until the corporation makes it right by them. This is simply flat out stealing and bad customer service. It also means they have to camp instead of having a place to stay tonight. Thank you, Days Inn, for being more focused on money than on principle. We expect you to make it right, and very quickly. So, that's for somebody to go through the time and effort to write such a well thought out letter on behalf of me before I even had a chance to get somewhere on a weekday to where I could contact them and find out if there was any way for me to fix it is just incredible. I can't even begin to thank everyone who's helped me in ways like this. And there's still a huge part of me, and I'm sure it's part of the illness, part of the PTSD, that doesn't think that I'm worth it, that doesn't think that the time and effort that everybody's putting into watching me walk across America is worth all the personal attention I'm getting. The mission has always been foremost in my priority, but the personal attention and personal praise that I'm getting for trying to achieve this has been overwhelming, and there's still a big part of me that doesn't think I really deserve it. All I'm doing is walking. But I don't know. I don't even know what else to say about that. It's just a really strange feeling to have so many people saying good things about you when you don't feel those same things about yourself all the time. So let me look back over some of the stuff y'all are saying. Hi Marilyn, I didn't even see you on there. Nice to see you. Hi sister. Sandra, how you doing? Hi other sissy. We need to talk, sissy, by the way. Linda, how you doing? Dad, how you doing? Also, I wanted to just send out there, I don't talk about them very much. I mention them every once in a while, but my kids are really supportive of me. William and Brennan, they probably watch this with my wife every time, and I rarely send them any messages or anything, and I just realized that. So I just want to say, boys, if you're watching, I love you guys a lot. Your support means just as much to me as mom's and everybody else's. You know, if you guys suddenly told me one day that you wanted me to come home, I would definitely talk to you about it and you know, listen to your request, because your opinions mean as much to me as anyone. I love you guys, and I hope you guys are still good with me doing this, because helping other people comes second always to my family and my personal needs, and I really love you guys. Hi Nona, if you're watching, love you. That's about all I can get through with today, without becoming an emotional wreck. Is there anything else I've forgotten to do? Come on now. You know what I'm talking about. Something we're all supposed to be doing together. No, now pray for the sailors. Well, yeah, pray for the sailors too, the ones that are missing. That's not what I'm talking about. Yep, Mom did it. The push-ups. It's time for the push-ups. You guys make sure that if you know any veterans, I'm going to say this every time, I don't care how repetitive it gets. If you know any veterans that aren't doing well, or you don't know if they're doing well, any old battle buddies from back in the day, anything like that, friends, family, first responders that you know, check them out. Make sure they're okay. Call them, laugh with them, joke with them. You know, make them happy. That's about all I can say. So here we go. Alright. Getting quicker at those, I think. So anyway, there's the mama. She's relaxing.
Hi.
There's Molly down there.
Relaxing.
She's relaxing.
How many miles we made today?
We did 11 miles between 5:30 and these ads keep popping up. I don't know why that is. But yeah, we did 11 miles between 5:30 and 11:30 today. So it might not be the fastest 11 miles I've done, but it's the earliest in the day that I've ended. So we're doing really good. Mom's doing really good. I think there's only one hill that, even though I hooked the bungee cord up, there was only one hill today that I actually felt myself pulling her. Pulling her cart, because I'm trying to help her up these hills since I'm used to going up the hills, and her cart, I don't know if it's heavier than mine, but it seems to be a little more off balance than mine.
It wants to tip over on the curves.
It's got these spring suspension in the wheels, so when you're pushing it and you hit a rock, the wheel goes up instead of the whole cart tilting. But the problem with that is when you're walking on a hill, then the wheel on this side will go up if you're walking on a slant, so the whole cart leans into that spring and it wants to fall over. So I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to lock those so that she doesn't have suspension. That way it won't flip when she walks, because she'll just be on a slight incline and the thing wants to just fall over because of that suspension system that's on there. Not very safe for a baby, but you know, they sold it as a dog carrying stroller. So, but anyway, we're doing better every day. She does better. It's hot, guys. She's way going past my expectations. It was in the 90s the other day. I'm sure it was 90 today, or in the high 80s anyway. It's hot. We're walking on asphalt with 18-wheelers zooming past us, trying to keep our umbrellas from flying away. Which they have once or twice. They're $5 umbrellas, so it's not a big deal. And other than that, we're doing really good. Mom's doing real good. We came in, I jumped in the shower, and I don't even remember coming out of the shower. I just remember waking up later on after Mom got out of the shower. But everything's going really good here, and I really appreciate everybody's support. Keep it up. Please share, like, repost, subscribe to YouTube, and make your veteran friends smile. Love everybody. Deuces.